Hello friends. So today we are going to discuss the lesson number 1 of science paper 2 for standard 10th, that is heredity and evolution. Now in this lesson we are going to discuss the following points like heredity and hereditary changes, transcription, translation and translocation, evolution, evidences of evolution, Darwin's theory of natural selection, Lamarckism, speciation, human evolution. So these are the points that we have to discuss one by one in this lesson. So let's proceed with our first point, that is heredity and hereditary changes. Now, first of all, these two concepts, that is heredity and evolution, both are different. Heredity means, in a general aspect, we can say that transfer of character from one generation to the next generation with the help of the gene in any organism, that is called as a heredity. And what is mean by evolution? Evolution is the gradual changes which occurs in any organism for continuation of that species, that is called as a evolution. So these two terminologies or the concepts are totally different. So let's discuss more about these heredity and hereditary changes. So here you can see first point, that is heredity and hereditary changes. So as they have said, you know that heredity is the transfer of biological characters from one generation to another via genes. This is the one, we can say, the definition of heredity. So here you can underline, you know that heredity is a transfer of biological character from one generation to another via gene. This is the definition of heredity. Next, Johann Gregor Mendel is the pioneer of modern genetics. Now this is another sentence which is again very important, because the question will come in an exam. Who was the pioneer of the modern genetics? Or the question will come for fill in the blanks or MCQs type of the question. So you should be able to write the answer, that is John Gregor Mendel was the pioneer of the modern genetics. Around the period of 1886, it took a long time for him to understand the conclusion of his research about heredity, and in 1901 the reason behind the sudden changes were understood due to the mutational theory of Hugo de Vries. Meanwhile, in 1902, Walter and Sutton observed the paired chromosomes in the cells of grasshopper. So now here again, this is the one of the important research. Here you can mark like this: in 1901, reason behind the sudden changes were understood due to the mutational theory of Hugo de Vries. Meanwhile, in 1902, Walter and Sutton observed the chromosome in the cells of grasshopper. Until then, it was not known to anyone. From here, you can understand that till that time period, the chromosome was not understood by anyone, or there were no particular research was available on the chromosome which are present in the cell of the any organism. So research started in the direction of finding the nature of genetic material when it was proved that genes are carried via chromosome. Until that time period, nobody was knowing that genes are carried by the chromosome. It was not known to anyone, through which 1944 trio of scientists. Now why they have given this word trio? Trio means the three three persons were there in this group. That's why they have given trio of scientists Ostwald, Avery, MacLean, McCarthy and Colin MacLeod proved that except viruses all living organisms have DNA as a genetic material. Now here again we will do underline. In 1944, from 1944, trio scientists Ostwald Avery, MacLeod, McCarthy, and Colin MacLeod proved that except viruses, all living organisms have a DNA as their genetic material. So this was again the one of the most important research in the genetics done by this three scientists. That's why they have mentioned here trio. Now next, that is in 1961 the French geneticist Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod proposed a model for the process of protein synthesis with the help of the DNA in bacterial cell. Now again you have to underline these two scientists' name, those who have proposed first time, those who have proposed the model for the process of protein synthesis with the help of DNA in bacterial cell. So now here I will underline that this is the sentence which is important for again your short question. Next, it helped to uncover the genetic codes hidden in the DNA, and thereby technique of recombinant DNA technology emerged, which has vast scope in the field of genetic engineering. The science of heredity is useful for diagnosis, treatment and prevention of hereditary disorders, productions of hybrid varieties of animals and plants, and in the industrial processes in which microbes are used. Now again on this you have to underline, because question will come in an exam, that is what are the uses or what are the different advantages or implementations of science of heredity or the genetics. That time you can write this answer. The science of heredity is useful for diagnosis, treatment and prevention of hereditary disorder. Hereditary disorder means the disorder which are continue from one generation to another generation or the next generation, that is hereditary disorders. So we can find out the hereditary disorders with the help of this science of heredity. So production of hybrid varieties are also possible because of this, and plants and in case of the industrial processes. Now next, that is next which is very important concept exam point of view for especially 10th standard students. You have to remember this concept, because question will come, definitely will come on this in exam for 5 marks or 3 marks. That is question will come like what is transcription, what is the role of translation, or what is translocation. Like this 3 different question might come in exam. Or question will come like explain in detail transcription, translation and translocation. So here try to understand these 3 concepts, though these 3 words look similar, but again their definition and the concepts are different. So what is transcription, what is translation and what is translocation? Let us discuss. With the help of the RNA, the genes present in the form of DNA participate in the functioning of the cell and thereby control the structure and the functioning of the body. As we know, with the help of the RNA, genes present in the form of DNA is participated in the functioning of the cell and thereby control the structure and functioning of the body, and information about the protein synthesis is stored in the DNA, and synthesis of appropriate protein as per requirement is necessary for the body. These proteins are synthesized by DNA through RNA. This is called as central dogma. Now, what is mean by central dogma? This is the whole concept, which is again very important. Exam point of view, question will come for explain the term in exam, board exam, that is explain central dogma. So what is central dogma? As we know, with the help of the RNA, genes present in the form of DNA participates in the functioning of the cell, because as we have discussed, DNA is responsible for the transferring of the characters, genetic characters, whatever genetical character or hereditary characters are there in any organism, that get transferred with the help of the gene. And these genes, where these genes are present, these genes are present on DNA. So the genes are present in the form of DNA, participate in the functioning of the cell. Whatever functioning is there, the particular genes are responsible for that functioning, and that genes are present in that particular DNA, and thereby that genes control the structure and the functioning of the body. And this information about the protein synthesis, whichever protein our body require, that protein get synthesized on the basis of whatever informations are there in that particular genes. And where the genes are located, the genes are located on DNA. So synthesis is a particular protein synthesis is stored in the DNA, and the synthesis of appropriate protein as per requirement is necessary for body. Now again you have to understand this concept, as per requirement. This is again an important keyword. Proteins are required to our body, but as per requirement means whatever protein required to our body, that protein only gets synthesized with the help of information which is stored on the gene, and where that gene is located on DNA. So these protein are synthesized by the DNA through the RNA. Now here we can say that these proteins are synthesized by the DNA. Why these proteins are synthesized by the DNA? Because genes which are responsible for the synthesis of protein, that genes are present on that DNA, and they have given through the RNA. Here first sentence you can read again, with the help of RNA, because RNA is also playing important role in formation or the synthesis of this protein. So here these proteins are synthesized by the DNA through the RNA. This is called central dogma. Central dogma means this is the central concept, or you can say that central theme or important theme of these three processes, that is transcription, translation and translocation. These three concepts are just around this central dogma. So first of all you should know what is central dogma, and that's why it is very important to understand the concept of central dogma. Now let's proceed. mRNA is the produce as per the sequence of the nucleotide on the DNA. Only one of the two strands of the DNA is used in this process. Now how this process gets started, how this transcription gets started, they have given here. mRNA actually produced as per the sequence of nucleotide on the DNA, and these nucleotide as per the nucleotide, only one of the two strand of the DNA. As you know, DNA has a two strand, so only one strand of that DNA takes part in this process, and this the sequence of the nucleotide in the mRNA being produced is always complementary to the DNA strand used for the synthesis. Besides, there is a uracil in RNA instead of thymine of DNA. Again, this is very important. Here, this you have to remember. Beside, there is a uracil in the RNA instead of the DNA. As you know, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, these nucleotides are there. So, in case of the RNA, only uracil is there instead of thymine. Other groups like adenine, guanine and cytosine, that will remain as it is. So this process of the RNA synthesis is called transcription. Now if the question comes in an exam, explain the term transcription. So what you will write? mRNA is produced as per the sequence of nucleotide on the DNA. Only one of the two strands of the DNA is used in this process. The sequence of nucleotide in the mRNA being produced is always complementary to the DNA, and so this process of RNA synthesis, which is again very important, you have to underline this process of RNA synthesis is called transcription. So here we have seen what is meant by transcription. Now here you can see in this diagram also they have given, that is two strands are there of the DNA. Apart from this two strand, only one strand get participate in this transcription process. Now next concept, that is the triplet codon. Now what is this concept? So the mRNA formed in the nucleus comes in a cytoplasm. Where is this mRNA? mRNA means, you can say, what is the full form of mRNA? mRNA is the messenger RNA, which helps in transferring the message. So where that mRNA is present, so mRNA formed in nucleus comes in the cytoplasm. Actually it forms in the nucleus, and afterwards that mRNA comes in the cytoplasm. But while coming in the cytoplasm of the cell, it brings in the coded message from the DNA, because this mRNA is coming from the nucleus, and as you know, in nucleus of the cell there is the chromosome. Inside that chromosome DNA is there. So DNA is there, so on that DNA, from that DNA, whenever this mRNA comes out from that nucleus, it brings the some coded message from the DNA which is in the nucleus. So the message contains the code for the amino acid. What is that message? Actually this message is for the amino acid. Amino acid means it is the simpler form of that protein, amino acid. So whatever amino acids are required, that get their information get transferred through this mRNA from nucleus to cytoplasm. So message contains the codes for amino acid. The codes for each amino acid consist of the 3 nucleotides. Now these 3 nucleotides means what? As I said, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. These 4 are there actually. So like that, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, adenine, uracil, like this, their set are there, and that set is in the form of the 3, means number of 3 only. So only 3 nucleotides are there, and 3 nucleotide has the one set. So the code for each amino acid consists of the 3 nucleotides. It is called triplet codon. Here again you can underline. The code for each amino acid consists of the 3 nucleotides. It is called as a triplet codon. Question will come for the MCQ or the fill in the blanks. Next, now Dr. Hargovind Khurana, a scientist of the Indian origin, has made an important contribution in discovery of the triplet codon for 20 amino acid. Now here it's a big contribution of this scientist, that is the Dr. Hargobind Khurana, a scientist of the Indian origin. Actually this scientist was an Indian origin and he had a big contribution in the discovery of the triplet codon for the 20 amino acid. Total 20 amino acid he had discovered, and because of his work we are able to find out the which amino acid are responsible for which type of the protein synthesis. So for this work he has been awarded with the Nobel Prize in 1968. So again this is also important sentence. So he was awarded with a Nobel Prize for his work. Now next, each mRNA is made up of the thousands of the triplet codons. As per the message on mRNA, amino acids are supplied by the tRNA. Now here we can see that each mRNA, here in the diagram also you can see each mRNA is made up of thousands of the triplet codon. So now here in the diagram you can see this is the mRNA, and such a thousands of the triplet codons are there, such a sequence of the thousands of triplet codons are present on this mRNA, and as per the message on mRNA, amino acids are supplied by the tRNA. Who is supplying this amino acid? So tRNA. Here you can say that this is the another type of the RNA, mRNA, tRNA and rRNA. So in that mRNA is the messenger RNA, tRNA it helps in the transfer of that something, means protein or the amino acids. So that's why tRNA is there. And third is the ribosomal RNA, that is rRNA, we can say that. So this tRNA has the anticodon. It helps in the as the message, as per the message on the mRNA. What tRNA does, as per the message on the mRNA, amino acids are supplied by the tRNA. Amino acids get supplied by the tRNA, and this tRNA supplies the amino acids to the mRNA. Why? Now what is the role of this tRNA? Because tRNA has the anticodon. This is very important concept, anticodon, and that having the complementary sequence, means this complementary means what? That sequence which is on that tRNA, that sequence on the tRNA get exactly matched with the sequence on the whatever nucleotides are there on the mRNA. So that's why it is the complementary sequence. This is called translation. Now again this is very simple concept, that is each mRNA is made up of the thousands of the triplet codons as per the message of the on the mRNA. Amino acids are the supplied to the tRNA. For this purpose tRNA has the anticodon and having complementary sequence to the codon on the mRNA, and this process is called as a translation. So there is a difference in this three concept, that is the transcription. Now second we have discussed, that is the translation. Now let's proceed with the next concept. Next, what happened after this messaging? Means here you have understood that the mRNA is there, nucleotide sequence is present on this mRNA, and whatever as per the requirement or as per the message on the mRNA, tRNA brings the amino acids to the mRNA, and tRNA has a special anticodon, and that anticodon gets exactly match with this anticodon get exactly match with the sequence which is present on the mRNA, and this process is called as a translation. Translation means uncoding or the decoding process. Translation means the decoding process. Here, who is the decoded, getting decoded? That mRNA. mRNA is having the information. Actually, that information is in the coded form. To decode this information, tRNA is helping. tRNA, because tRNA is having the complementary sequence of the nucleotides that gets exactly matched with the codons sequence which are present on the mRNA. So this is again the translation process we have understood. Now next, the amino acid brought in by tRNA are bonded together by the peptide bonds. Whatever amino acid this tRNA brings, so that amino acids get bonded together by the peptide bonds. So this is also important. You have to remember this, how this amino acids get bonded. This amino acid get bonded with the peptide bond with the help of the rRNA. Now here the rRNA means ribosomal RNA role comes in the picture, that is this rRNA is responsible for this process. Now here in this diagram you can observe here this is messenger RNA, that is mRNA. mRNA is there. This is mRNA. This is the tRNA, as you know, and to bonded them together, this ribosomal RNA, which they have shown in the blue background, that is the ribosomal RNA, plays an important role. So here ribosomal RNA is responsible for this process. So during this process, ribosomes keeps on moving from one end of the mRNA to the another end, because as we know, this is the longest chain. To decode this, while decoding starts with the help of the tRNA, at that time, to hold that particular amino acid, ribosome, that is the rRNA, ribosomal RNA is helping, and that ribosomal RNA keeps on moving from one end to the another end. Here you can see that this process started from this, so it will move like this, one end to the another end it will move. It keeps on moving from one end of the mRNA to the another end by the distance of the triplet codon. This is called as a translocation. Now these two three concepts are interlinked, or we can say that these three concepts are related with each other. If you understood, or if you are clear with the concept of transcription, then you will easily understand the concept of translation, and on that basis only translocation concept is there. In process of transcription only we have seen that what is transcription. The DNA is there inside the nucleus. From that DNA, mRNA, which is the messenger RNA, brings the message in the cytoplasm. For what purpose they are bringing that message? This process of the RNA synthesis is called as transcription. In short, we can say that. So synthesis of the particular protein. So here only in a transcription, what you will remember, process of RNA synthesis is called as a transcription. But if the concepts come in an exam, write or explain the term transcription, that time you will write the full from mRNA is produced as per the sequence of nucleotide on DNA. Only one of the two strand of the DNA is used in this process, and this sequence of nucleotide in mRNA being produced is always complementary to the DNA strand used for the synthesis, and besides there is a uracil in the RNA instead of the thymine of DNA, and this process of RNA synthesis is called as a transcription. This is very important sentence. Process of RNA synthesis is called as a transcription, and from that RNA, here in translation what we have discussed, mRNA is made up of the thousands of the triplet codon concept is there. So before that we should know the what is codon, triplet codon. So that codons are arranged on that mRNA. So mRNA is having particular information, so to decode that information tRNA is helping, because tRNA is having a anticodon that we have discussed. So this process is called as a decoding process is called as a translation in short. And third concept that we have discussed, that is amino acids which are brought by that tRNA to decode with the help of the mRNA. That amino acids get hold or which gets held by that ribosomal RNA or the rRNA, we can say that. So these ribosomal RNA helps in this holding process, or they form the peptide bonds. Here you should mention this word is also important, peptide bonds. And with the help of that peptide bonds, that process starts, and during this process ribosomes keeps moving from one end of the mRNA to the another end or other end by the distance of the one triplet codon. One triplet codon means set of 3 codes, so one triplet codon. So this is called as a translocation. So here we have finished this 3 concept. Now such a many chains are come together. This we have discussed about only first one chain. To understand the process we have taken example of only one chain. So this thing happens in case of the many of such a many chains comes together and to forms a complex protein. In this process, because of this many chains, it forms a complex proteins, because as we know amino acid is a basic unit of the protein. So for the protein synthesis or the formation of the proteins, amino acids are required. So it will forms a complex protein, and these proteins controls of various functions in the body of living organism and their appearance too. So here that you have to remember. Now next, living organism can produce a new individual like themselves due to the genes only, and some of those genes are transmitted to the next generation without any changes, and due to this some of the characters of the parents are transmitted to their offspring. However, sometimes sudden changes occur in those genes. Sometimes any nucleotides of the gene changes its position, that causes some minor changes, which is nothing but a mutation. Here at the beginning of this lesson I had told you that their evolution and this mutation, again there is a vast difference between these two terms. Evolution concept, when we discuss about evolution, that is the gradual changes. Gradual means the very slow changes, which is actually good for that species. And what is mutation? It is the sudden change which occurs due to the minor change in this position of these nucleotides. If that nucleotide, wrong type of the nucleotide is there or the present in that particular chain, then wrong type of the protein synthesis will occur in that particular organism, and because of this, what will happen? Wrong protein gets synthesized, and the whole process of this transcription, translation, and translocation will get collapsed, and there will be the minor changes, though they are saying the minor changes, but that remember that that will be the sometimes that change will be the sudden change occur in that particular gene, because genes are responsible for the transferring of the characters of one generation to the next generation. So if there is a small change in the particular gene, then that will create a great impact in the next generation, and it will cause the mutation in the next generation. So some mutations may be minor, but some may be considerable. Means some are the harmful. We can say that mutation may cause the genetic disorders like sickle cell anemia, and this is the everlasting process, that is one of the proof for Darwin's theory of natural selection.